All right, this is the information man.
Information.
Let's get into it right now. Peace, everybody. Let's get into this right now. This is the information man. Let's get back at it with another Umar Johnson video. Umar Johnson, I tell you, once I talk about this, it'll all put it all in perspective, everybody. Now, yesterday, we know that Honors had a great show the other night where Umar has been missing in action ever since it was reported that he had some type of collapse or fall, or he fell out or something of that nature. And now I think because yesterday was the anniversary of Nat Turner, he was somewhere in Nat Turner land, someplace out there with a few other folks of the Black conscious community. And Umar Johnson was flirting around with this Umar Johnson doll. It was real creepy, everybody. I'm telling you. But I want to get into something because Honors did a video a week ago or so, talking about a brother by the name of BA. This brother was a truck driver who was attempting to provide Umar, I believe, with donated school chairs. This is a man that claims that he wants to build a school, but every time we turn around, he turns around, we turn around, Umar is ditching people who want to help him. Let's go all the way back to when at one point in time, there was a black family that had land that wanted to donate land to Umar Johnson, and he skipped out on that opportunity. You even had people who wanted to do his electricity work up there, wanted to work on the roof up there, that he also dodged out. He also says that he had to use black contractors as if there's no reputable black contractors. Well, in Wilmington, Delaware, I've done the research. There's about 6 or 7 black contracting companies. I've talked to a few of them. They never heard of Umar. So Umar is not trying to get anything done. There was a guy once I interviewed who did a rendering for Umar Johnson as to what the school could look like, even came up with a website that had a breakdown of how long it would take for the school to open, what would he need economically, and Umar skipped out on that situation. So he has a history. And I also want to go over some videos that I have too, a few elders speaking their mind, because Umar Johnson is not very well respected with the elders in their community at all. He's disrespectful. He has no regard. Now, he acts like that he's about the ancestors. He's about the elderly, black seniors, black people that have paid the dues. But that's all an act, because when he's around them, he's disrespecting them. And they've even said they didn't like it. So I've got a sister that I'm going to play. Shout out to Renee Stacks. This was on her Instagram. This sister that's breaking down the way Umar Johnson really is when he's around the elders and how they have a sustain for him. Again, as a reminder, Umar Johnson is often telling people that he is related to Frederick Douglass. And I'm getting really sick of this. He's not related to Frederick Douglass. The family told him to stop what he's doing. So I'm going to get into videos where people are giving you their perspective. I got a few sisters that are calling Umar Johnson out because the women, black women in particular, have been Umar Johnson's biggest supporters. We got to be honest about that. It's been black women, and he's been living off of the money and resources of black women. And then every time Umar Johnson gets called out, he gets exposed. You notice he always goes missing, like he's on a milk carton or something like that. Always going missing in action when he's exposed, right? So I did a video not too long ago with Malik Muhammad. We got serious issues up there at those buildings because, look, this is the example of the mold. This is an example of a lot of exterior mold outside of the buildings that Umar has not addressed. He's not taking care of business. There's another brother that was on Honor's channel who's a truck driver who said he has driven through this area many, many times. He doesn't see anything going on, no construction. And if Umar Johnson was really trying to get work done, why is it that we never see any trucks with construction material, drywall, or people going in and out of the buildings to prepare the buildings for construction? We're not seeing any of this thing. Now, all we see is Umar going in and out of those buildings, yelping at the top of his mouth. And the latest video that we had on Umar before he had that collapse that he tried to deny is him playing with the stinky dookie, juicy dookie Umar juice toilets. Really crazy stuff. So what I want to do is I'm going to start with this first, because I got a lot of stuff I want to cover here. Let me go ahead and show you. Some of you have seen a lot of this on Honor's channel, but I'm gonna just go straight forward, give you the edited version to get right to the point here, because I also have audio of this brother BA telling Honors how Umar Johnson blocked him when he was trying to negotiate with Umar Johnson, saying, hey, I'm giving Umar Johnson free, what do we call it? Free, school chairs here. The least the brother could do to make it good for me, the least he could do is, maybe pay for a little bit of my, some of my gasoline, my diesel, because I've got to travel a distance to get over here to these abandos. You know what I'm saying, everybody? And Umar Johnson tried to cheat him out of the money. He didn't even have the decency to give this man a little bit of gas money for his diesel, since this brother was setting up here traveling a long distance to bring Umar Johnson free school tables or desks for the kids. I mean, isn't Umar Johnson always saying, can somebody volunteer? Can somebody give me? And this man's been collecting money for years now from black people. And it's a head scratcher, by all means, why this man can't even come off with some money for another black man who's doing hard work, getting him some school desks on the, basically he don't have to pay for it on the cheap. And this is why you know Umar is a liar. He's always saying that black people won't work with him, that he would have these schools open if it was not for black people holding them back, black people not donating enough money. And then when you have black people in business trying to do square business with him, he disappears on them, right? He blocks them when they say, hey, Umar, I got these cheers for you. Where are you? Where are you? What's up, man? You blocked me. This is what AB was saying. You blocked me, man. What's going on? And this is the kind of stuff that he's been doing for a very long time. And we just got to call him out. And I'm going to continue to call him out every chance I get. So this is the example of a post. Honor sent me these posts. This is the original text message between him and his brother. And I'm just going to go over it real quick here. Let me blow it up for you. Yes, sir. Good Garvey Day. I'm very interested. Do you have a list of items, although clicks would be better? Okay, this is September 6, 2024. Right on this particular text message between him and Umar Johnson. And then it went on like this right here. At 9 desk pallets, 25 pallets on the trailer, 225 student desks. Need those. That's what Umar Johnson said September 6th of 2024. He need those. And this is an example of what it looked like, right? Here are the examples of the chairs. Look, these chairs look to be in pretty damn good condition, everybody, from what you see on the picture. These chairs can run you $300 to $400 to $100 a piece, depending on the style and the condition of school chairs. So this is what this brother was prepared to give Umar, but Umar wanted to play the games, as you all know. Then right here, here's another text back and forth between him and Umar. Let me enlarge that. Let me enlarge that and go right here a little bit for you. Boom. Good evening from my brother. I'm a small business owner and I have come across a school closing and they're willing to donate desks and various items to another charitable organization. Once again, Umar saying black folks won't do nothing for him. And here this brother come up with donated chairs that he's willing to get to Umar, but Umar plays too many damn games. He ain't serious about opening up no school, okay? And they're willing to donate the desks and various items, another charitable organization. I have two semi trucks. This is brother BA. He goes by the name BA, to pack and transport to those items to your building. The only thing I ask is that you provide the labor to unload the freight and half of the fuel to cover the 1,520 mile trip. Yes, my wife and I have donated in 2022. So this is the brother that donated to Umar Johnson, who's basically saying, brother, can you just pay me a little bit of money for diesel? Can you have some people there that can unload some of the freight? And, you know, Umar said, hey, I need people to help me. And this Umar ghosted this brother, blocked this brother, the man who plays in the Dookie toilet like that. This is all a damn shame. Let me give you some more connection to this, okay? So now, then, let me move on to here, right here. Umar says this to that brother, telling him, hey, can you cover this? Can you cover my diesel gas? Can you get people that can help take the freight out of the trucks? I have 2 diesel trucks. He says, yes, sir. This is Umar Johnson. Yes, sir. Good Garvey Day. I'm very interested. Do you have a list? Now, this is what I had played for you guys before, but let me go over here. This is where I want to go. Here we go. Would equal the approximately $17.38. Let me see, $17,388 in a diesel. So half of that is all I ask for. Plus, you provide the labor to unload. So the brother was asking for $17,038 because he's got 2 trucks and diesel is expensive and he's traveling very long distance, right? But in the end, Umar is getting desks for free. And then he also says this, I'll provide the BOI manifest, my DOT number, upon agreement and shipping arrangement. So this brother was very professional, not playing any kind of games with Umar Johnson, but Umar Johnson played games with him. So after they had that discussion, Umar says, we can do it, King. You know, he always likes to use that word, King. We can do it, King. I will need a W-9 as we cannot pay without as we are a tax-exempt nonprofit. He said that on September 6, 2024. Brother BA, the trucker who was bringing him the material, says, absolutely. Good afternoon, my brother. I'll have that shipment ready to hit your way by Monday if you're still interested. All of a sudden, this was on October the 4th of 2024. All of a sudden, on December the 24th, 2024, Christmas Eve, Umar blocks his brother, and the brother says, hey, man, can you unblock me? So that shows you that Umar Johnson, Dookie Juice Umar Johnson, is not serious about opening up any type of school at all. This is all cap. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, definitely on this video. This is a man that is not about that life of building a school. He's been lying to us about a school. These are the stats right here. He's been talking about opening up schools since 2013, 2015. Then he pushed it to July 2015. Then he pushed it to August 2015. Then he said, I'm going to open up September 16th. Then he said 17th. Then he said the 18th of September. Then he said August 21st, 2018. Then he said August 21st, 2019, and on and on and on, everybody. August 21st, 2020, summer of 2021, fall of 2020. These are all the times that Umar has pushed the goalpost, pushed the date of when the school was going to open. Fall of 2022, September 10th, 2022, fall 23, February 2023, December 2023, January 2024, February 2024, and sometime in 2024, and sometime in 2025. The bottom line is this man is not going to open a school. This has all been cap, everybody. Now, let me let you hear the audio of Brother BA breaking this down with honors. Check this out. Here comes the audio for your listening pleasure.
Agreement and shipping arrangements. And then Umar says, we can do it, King. I will need a W-9 as we can't pay without it as we are a tax-exempt nonprofit. And then you responded, absolutely. And then on October 4th, so about a month later, you texted Umar and said, good afternoon, my brother. I'll have that shipment ready to head your way by Monday if you're still interested. And then it looks like that's when Umar blocked you.
Yeah, because I had hollered at him on the live.
It's a damn shame.
And I put it in all caps.
This is really a damn shame, y'all.
And he was sitting out there, you know what I mean, in front of that building by the rock and thing. And I'm like, hey, you know, this BA from Texas, do you still want these desks? You know, and you can tell when he, you know what I mean, trying to read the chats and all that good stuff in the live. And shit went blank and I couldn't find it no more. So, and then after that, Source of Knowledge Bookstore, that's where y'all.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
That's Source of Knowledge Bookstore. And I put shit in all caps on that. Excuse me. I put it in there on one of their things when they had him. They was, you know, I guess promoting him speaking, or they had some clips of him speaking over there. And I'm like, hey, see if Umar want these desks.
Right.
So I couldn't find them no more.
That's a damn shame, boy. And then it looks so after he blocks you around October 4th of 2024, you sent him another text on December 24th of 2024, and it says, you said, unblock me, bro.
Yeah, man, I think I was drunk. I don't know, man. I might have been off that bourbon or something, man, trying to find this nigga and talk a little noise.
Wow.
I ain't even gonna lie.
That's Umar.
If it say December 24th, yeah, I was faded. Yeah. You know what I mean? Trying to start. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'm trying to see who's probably talking some noise or something that somebody else probably posted that was going over, because I just started following the information, man. And what's that little old lady? That little old lady with the short hair, the club. Lady Luck Club.
Lady Luck Club. Shout out to her.
Yeah, I just started following her not too long ago. Yeah, but I'm like, man, I can only do 1 3-4 hour live stream at a time. So I'm like, well, hell with it, man. I could throw Lennon on. I got the YouTube Premium, so I could throw Lennon on and just listen while I'm rolling.
What does all this what did all this mean to you, and what does it mean for you to have someone like Umar who's telling people, and he's been doing this for years now, that people aren't trying to help him, and yet when someone like you have come forward to help him and really go out your way, he basically blocks you. What does that tell you about Umar?
Man, it's that boy that's stuck in a vicious cycle, man. That brother battling the demon, and I just fail to believe. I won't believe that any black person or any black contractor, you ain't gonna sit there and tell me that every brother you done business with and played you, to hustle you. Come on, man. Come.
Let me stop it right there. As you can see, what Umar did was example A, exhibit B. He's been doing this sort of thing for years, where people say, hey, I like to donate. I like to help you. Can you just pay me a little bit of money for this or that? He goes around saying that there's nobody in Wilmington, Delaware that can do contracting work for him, that he makes this, he tries to justify giving money to white folks to do business, yet we have seen no business up there, okay, by saying, well, white people are not donating, so they don't control anything, but you're giving them black people's money. That's the thing, everybody. He's giving black people money to white people when this man runs around saying he's a staunch Pan-African and that he stunts for black business. This brother had desks for Umar ready to go, and Umar played these games. Let's continue.
Everyone, but then you talk all this fish about them Caucasians, and but you don't want that Caucasian money, but you damn sure give them your money and take their work. Come on.
Let me correct something, BA, brother. Thank you for subscribing to my channel and checking me out. But let me correct something here. Umar is not spending his own money. He's spending black people's money. That's right. I said it. He's spending black people's money, the money that black people have donated to him for such school to be built. And as I showed you not too long ago on here, And Honors put this together. He compiled this. These are a list of years and, dates and months where Umar, since 2000, September 11, 2013, has been pushing the goalposts of when the so-called schools were supposed to, or these buildings were going to open. Folks, they're never opening because this man has a black mold problem inside and outside of these buildings. There's no way he'll pass inspection, and he knows it, and then he wastes this brother's time. This brother is willing to bring him desks, willing to bring him supplies from a school that's closing down with his wife. And all he asked Umar Johnson to do was give him some money towards diesel gas and his time, the labor cost. And Umar, once again, who claims he's for black business, skips out on this brother, and not only skips out on him, but blocks him.
Nah, you ain't gonna tell me, and Nick, every brother you done came across done did you dirty. I don't believe it.
I don't believe it either, everybody.
For some odd reason, call me crazy. I don't believe that.
That's dealing with.
All right. Umar is completely full of BS. Let me also play another video. Honors had another brother on who's a trucker who says he's been driving through there for a number of years or just a number of times. And he says that if there was real work happening at those buildings that he calls FDMG, you would see trucks stopping off supplies, workers going in and out of the buildings. You would see some progress. He says he has seen no progress over the years from Umar Johnson in this whole nightmare. Let me say this very importantly to black women out there. You got to stop supporting Umar Johnson as you are his biggest supporters. He says that he can help you with your black boys to educate, yet the man doesn't take care of his own kids. He doesn't even take care of his own self. He has no respect for black people. He's very disrespectful to black women. We have seen this. These abandoned buildings have gone nowhere. And then when someone wants to give him some school supplies like you see on here, he plays games. He blocks the man. Once the man say, hey, I just need you to pay this. Umar Johnson wants everything on the cheap, but it's not because he wants to really build anything. He just wants your money.
Tell the truth.
Let me go over here to my next. I want y'all to hear something that's very interesting here. I want y'all to hear it. This is a brother, once again, being interviewed by Honor, talking about how he never sees anything happening. He's a trucker himself. He drives through the area quite a bit. But check this out.
Yeah, but he uses that as an excuse so that he can extend this further, though. He says, well, we're not using any banks, so he can extend it even further.
Like I said, he says that saying, I don't want to get in bed with white people. Well, we got black banks, so now what? What's your excuse now?
Right. He got an excuse for everything. Yeah. How many times would you say over the years? How many times would you say you've driven through this area?
Oh gosh. Let's see. I've been with this company almost a year, so give or take, because it's not like every day or every week, but
right. Mm-hmm.
I'd say in the last year, probably about 10, 11 times.
Okay, so here we have a brother who's driven through this area about 10 or 11 times, and he is driven by these abandoned buildings, and he himself has never seen any other trucks stopping off at these buildings where people are taking supplies out to go into the building, where you have workers in there hammering. You don't see any hard hats. You don't see any real construction. Please listen to the rest of what he's saying here.
Yeah, and you never seen any construction?
No. Nobody's, and I've delivered to construction places. I've driven by places that, they're building schools or they're building, like extensions to like, quote unquote, like the Boys and Girls Club, people that have gutted out buildings and restored them. I've delivered to all those type of places. There's no wreckers out there. There's no,
this is a damn shame.
There's no, There's no pickup trucks, you know, people bringing materials in there. I don't see any electrical wiring spools.
You hear what he just said? Excuse me. No wiring, no electrical wiring, no nothing going on. This is a man who has driven through this area as a trucker himself. He's already disrespected one trucker and Mr. AB, who was ready to deliver him school desks and other supplies that were donated. He didn't even have to pay. Normally in this situation, Umar would have to pay for desks and school supplies and the labor of the people delivering it and putting it in the buildings and driving. He got off good this time with only having to pay this man's gas and then get the desk for. And then this brother says he ain't seen nothing going on.
Schools, nothing. Insulation, like all that stuff has to be delivered, and you got people in there doing work. So if you're not even dropping off the materials, how's any work getting done?
Facts.
Right. Yeah.
There is no work getting done, ladies and gentlemen. This is all a con game by Umar Johnson. Now, some years ago, I did an interview with a guy named Mac who did a rendering for Umar Johnson, did a website. And what I'm about to play for you right now is that website that the brother made up, because Umar Johnson doesn't have a website where you can go to his website and see what's getting done, what sections of the building are finished, what is needed, what it's going to cost. He doesn't have anything line item to let you know this is what this costs. This is how far we are on this part of the project of the buildings into to being a school. He doesn't do anything professional. So what this guy did is he actually came up with a website that broke down everything on the website that Umar Johnson himself should have done or had a professional do. This brother tried to present him with a website and rendering for what the buildings could look like, a digital rendering, and Umar ghosted him, didn't take it serious, and ghosted him as well, wasn't willing to work. Check this out. Let me play this for you right here. This is from 2021 when I recorded this. Check this out. Mac did on this is that he gives you an estimate so that anybody who wants to donate understands exactly where Umar Johnson is going in his goal, right? But you got to have a process of a vision. The process, architect and map, a mechanical, electronic, plumbing, plan update, revision for submission to the city, submit update plans to the city for review. See, on the website, this is professional. You're now letting people know where you are in the process, where you have to submit certain paperwork to the city. Now, let me just stop right here because what I want to do is explain something real quick. So what you see on this site, this is what a website would have looked like for Umar, where he breaks down the construction costs, right? Right here it says 2.5 million. All right. Fundraisers, 750,000. Umar doesn't have any kind of professional website here where he shows you how much he's raised because he's not transparent. How much he needs to build the school, right? Funds and donations, 1.75 million. And then let me take myself off of here and read the other part, which says renovations, 14 months, spring 2023. There is no website that Umar Johnson has produced to be transparent with not only the people that have donated to him, but even the people that are curious about what's going on that could be potential donators. Umar Johnson, even though we know he's running a game here and this is a con game, Umar Johnson probably has blown a lot more money that he could have gotten had he been transparent, because he could have attracted other people to donate if he was in this imaginary world, if Umar Johnson was really serious about building a school.
Tell the truth.
Let's go. Let me continue. This is I just want y'all to understand this. Permits, various things to get things going. Electrical. Umar Johnson says that he needs plumbing. People have offered their work. He's refused. He needed help for his roof. There was a brother who worked for a company, and Brother Honors talked about this on his channel. where, let me come back in here so y'all can see me, where this brother worked for a company where he was willing to take off and use his vacation time with his crew to go up to the FDMG Academy and do work on his roof for free. There are people that are offering him free services while he continues to. So it's very true, everybody. So when you see everybody that he has disrespected a black man who wanted to help him, an AB brother who has 2 semi trucks who wanted to bring him much needed supplies to his school, he blocked him, disrespected him. That brother had to call him out, and Umar just ghosted him. And what you just heard me say, I looked a little bit younger on that video. That was in 2021 when I did that video, somewhere in there, where Umar Johnson was not only doing what he did to the brother AB, but he disappeared and disrespected other people who wanted to help him. So when he's yelping at the mouth, we're talking about Umar Johnson, when he's yelping at the mouth about nobody will help him with the schools, nobody would go up there and help him. These are lies, ladies and gentlemen. When he says that black people are not giving him their grits money and their Nike money and their money for, he tries to shame black people because he often gets into this whole thing about y'all willing to buy the Nike shoes, y'all willing to get your hair done, y'all willing to buy your pancake and your grits and your collard greens, money. But you're not willing to donate to me. That's a shaming technique that Umar has been engaging in for many years now. Everything that he hates on black people for wanting, he wants the same thing himself. He wears Nike shoes. He wears apparel, sports apparel, his damn self. He's a complete hypocrite, and everybody in this world knows it. Now, what I want to do now is I've got some more for you, okay? This is a complete packed program today. Umar Johnson has been playing games. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification, because I definitely would appreciate that. Tell somebody about the channel, share the video, and what have you. So let me go to these clips. These are some clips that I got from the TikTok. Because there's people on TikTok that are very aware of Umar Johnson and the game that he's been running. They're getting tired of Umar Johnson. And then I'm going to play, I got some clips. I was on Lady Luck Club. Shout out to her. Shout out to Lady Luck Club. Shout out to her. Make sure y'all subscribe to her channel. I was on her channel. And I'm beginning to think that Umar Johnson is an agent. And I'm very much questioning whether he actually does really own those buildings, because Lady Luck Club has done some really deep research. And what she says that it doesn't look like he's really, maybe Umar, I think Honest has said this, maybe Umar is renting these buildings. Maybe he's got a mortgage on these buildings. Maybe Umar, I believe there's something behind Umar. And I'm going to play that video clip from her channel to let you get the perspective that I'm coming from. I think there's something very agent about Umar. I'm almost believing that he's an agent, but we all have our opinions. But now let me let you hear the thoughts of other people who have problems with him. Umar not only lies about saying that black people won't help him, he also lies to black people who want to help him, blocks them. If you ask him, when will the school open, he blocks you on social media. He won't deal with the realities. He hides in delusions. And once again, these buildings are nothing but a avatar of Umar Johnson's illusion to make you think that a school is coming forth. And that's why he goes up there. He stands outside. He yelps and yells. He goes into the building, and all he does is walk into the same areas that we've seen 1,000 times, because this is the avatar that he uses. Plus, when he goes on podcasts, so that he can get money from you, much needed money to flow into his pockets. And then he's using that money to live out his lifestyle. Umar Johnson has no job. He has no car. He doesn't have his own place. He doesn't even have his own office. And you say, well, why is it that he doesn't have a job? He doesn't need a damn job when he's living off of you donating to him. And that's a fact. Black people have, particularly black women, have been financing his lifestyle. And then whatever little money he gets being on these podcasts where he runs his mouth and tries to make himself seem like he's relevant to black people. Well, there's elders. Along with lying about black people wanting to help him, there's also elders that are getting tired of Umar Johnson. And let me play this for you right here. This is from Mrs. Stack's Instagram channel. She had this sister. She said this sister is very connected to very well-known people, elders within the Black conscious movement. And I just want y'all to hear what she has to say here because she's making very good points. Check this out. Here we go.
Anything African-based, African-centered, they got together, and it was a group of them that these African master teachers who are very well known. If you watch any Hidden Colors documentary, and what happened was they were very disappointed in Umar.
Wow.
They were very disappointed because what was told to me was that Umar never responded to them after receiving the money. And when nothing was done with the school and the school did not come to fruition, that he did not acknowledge what happened. So they all decided collectively that there was something going on.
This is a damn shame.
So my friend at the time in Detroit, she expressed that he also did some things like that, as far as like he was accusing women of having certain relationships with him that didn't happen.
Now, isn't that one of the things that Umar Johnson often does? Isn't that what he does all the time? He's always saying that women are accusing him of stuff. Now he's saying that he thinks that every woman wants to sleep with him. Everyone wants to be with him. We've all witnessed how he disrespected Lene Stacks. And shout out to her because this was on her Instagram page and I clipped this from her page. So shout out to her. Okay. We've already witnessed what he did to Mrs. Marianne, and he had to break her off $68,000, $600. Umar Johnson is always the common denominator in everything that happens with women who say that he has been disrespected. He's been disrespectful to them, and he's going around, as his sister says, saying that all the women are trying to mess with him.
These women are like, I never did anything with you. And so it was really interesting that like these things were coming around while I was like, oh, so basically he ain't never gonna come around.
This is crazy.
Many of these people were like, no, because he didn't show up for us. He didn't do what he said he was gonna do. When I did things for him, he didn't do that. So don't expect him to. And when I heard those stories, I realized I was like, I don't know if he believes what he's saying. And I really do think he does. I really do think he believes that he is going to open this school. I really think he truly believes that he is going to have this amazing institution. And he is ready for this. All he needs is just this, right?
Umar is delusional. He is an adolescent in a man's body. He is still a little boy. I've talked about this before. What's happening is that he's the one that is delusional, but he uses those buildings to give you the illusion that something is opening up when he is the man who is delusional. Completely delusional.
But men like him, people like him, they are living in a delusion.
Facts.
And part of this issue is
tell the truth.
It's this delusional.
What did I just say, everybody? Was I spot on in my assessment? What did I just say? Sisters agree. Now, she said that she's going to say, or if she has not already said, that she doesn't think that Umar Johnson is a narcissist. But no, I'm sorry, sister. He is a narcissist.
Tell the truth.
Let's continue.
You know, I'm not saying he's a narcissist.
No, he is.
Okay, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that
But he is.
He is schizophrenic. I'm not saying that he's a sociopath. I am not saying that. What I'm saying is what I'm witnessing and what I'm hearing from other people. He behaves in the same way. I am not a therapist. I am not a psychiatrist. I'm saying that when you look at the list of what a narcissist does, what a sociopath does, what a schizophrenic person does,
he fits
so it's like, so that when people come to me and they hear what I know, they hear who I have been taught by, and I've been under tutelage from, they're like, oh, Dr. Umar Johnson. And I'm like, don't go there with me with him. Last part of this story I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to just end this.
Tell the
I
truth.
not want to talk about this man anymore. A person who was very prominent in the African village in Chicago, her son passed away. And at his life celebration, Dr. Umar Johnson decided to come because a lot of African master teachers came because this woman does amazing work in the African village. And Dr. Umar wanted to speak. And some of the elder men,
here we go.
Because Dr. Umar never asked for permission to speak. And that's part of the African village way, African-centered way. You ask for permission. And it was there they made him ask permission before he spoke and apologize for not asking.
Mm-hmm.
So
there it is, everybody. Once again, they made Umar, I don't know how many of y'all know this, they made Umar Johnson apologize, and they made him be humble, because you don't just jump up and do something without elders giving you the permission. This is a man that confesses how African he is, and he's not even behaving in the tradition of understanding how you deal with the elders before you just jump up and do something. He's phony baloney, everybody. But let's hear from another sister. This sister, I believe, is an elder. She made some good points here too. Check this out.
Y'all are still expecting Umar Johnson to pop up with the intellect and the manners and the hustle that he had when he first came out in our community. And it's gone. And here's the thing about grieving. We are so busy grieving this man that we are letting him still talk junk to us about whether or not we're going to buy grits or give him $10 more. I don't understand.
Tell the truth.
What we still see in this man. He is the dude that you keep bringing to your family cookout and everybody knows. And you know too. But it feels better than being alone. He's that dude that will drive your car to the cookout. He'll drive your pink Honda Civic to the cookout with your Hello Kitty steering wheel cover and step out of the car with Jordans that you just bought him.
Tell the truth.
He's that.
Damn.
And stand around like he doing something, digging up the best of the food, the most food,
That's Umar.
Got you making his plate.
Yep.
Sitting around with other men telling them how they should treat their children, and has not seen nor heard, nor does he know where any of his children live. He is that dude.
Did you hear what she just said? Is this Umar Johnson as a T to the T to the T to the letter of the T? A man that will sit around. That's what he does on podcasts. That's what he does when he's around. Always talking about what black men should be doing, what black women should be doing, but doesn't even take care of his own kids. Probably don't even know where they exactly live or where they're at or what they're doing from day to day. This elderly sister right here, I give her all respect, is telling the truth.
And y'all know this dude, right? But you keep acting like you don't because you're still holding on to that scholar you saw back, I don't know, 15, almost 20 years ago. He's gone.
Yeah, he's gone.
Okay?
He's playing with toilets.
He gone.
He playing with toilets.
Y'all, what y'all are looking at now is the evolution of greed. And
Evolution of greed.
And dysfunction. And no discipline. And hoidiness. And pride. And narcissism. That's what y'all are looking at.
Facts. She's got it right.
Keeps giving him their grits money. But I'm going to eat my grits. Y'all kiss my ass. I don't know who keeps giving them their hair money because he says we spend this much money on hair and won't give him no money for the school. And we spend this much money on grits and won't give him no money for the school.
Let me correct something, my dear sister, all due respect to you. It is not a school. A school consists of a principal, teachers, faculty, nurse, security on hand, cafeteria staff on hand, books, desks, bathrooms that are properly suitable for both boys and girls, properly lit and prepared gym that doesn't have black mold in it as those gyms or that gym does. A school that doesn't have black mold on the outside all over the damn building as well as inside the building that can put many people at risk. A school that you don't go out and hire unprofessional people to paint, where the paint is dropping all over the floor unprofessionally, and then you got purple colored bathrooms. What? and Umar Johnson is not a man you send your kids to go to his trap bandos when he's in there playing with his dookie. Okay?
Tell the truth.
I'm just saying, y'all, I'm just keeping it 100 because this sister is keeping it 100. Let's go.
But here recently, his personal accounts are frozen, so he needs you to give him money on the PayPal. Why would your personal accounts be frozen?
Right. And by the way, everybody, Umar Johnson lied about personal accounts being frozen. We know that to be another part of his scam, but let's hear the sister.
If the business money is not in them, and why are you not paying yourself a salary? Why is your organization not right in the government offices? Why can't you show your books to your investors?
He never does.
Why can't you show your potential to your potential investors?
Facts.
Why can't you show anything to anybody?
Facts.
That's not a here nor there.
Tell the
He's
truth.
that dude that y'all just keep bringing to the damn cookout, and y'all know. Y'all know that the other shoe is ready to drop, and it's so funny that we acting like we don't see it.
It's a damn shame.
And we
She's
just
right.
keep giving them our grits money. I'm not lending nobody no grits. I'm not giving nobody a cup of grits if they show up at my house. I'm eating my grits.
Right.
And yes, I meant that for you to tell the fat jokes. I don't give a damn. And my hair is healthy, so I'm not gonna give him my healthy hair budget either. I'm not.
Go on, sister.
Not when there's still boards on the doors of that abandoned building. He's
Look at
calling
that.
school.
Talking about there's boards. Look at those boards that's on that one.
Look
Look at that.
Last year to put doors on there.
Mm.
I'm tired.
We all tired, sister. We're all tired.
Yep. That's about it.
She telling the truth. Yeah. Woo! Telling the truth, telling it like it is. Now let's get back to let's go to another sister who's going to be telling it like it is. Not only does she indict Umar Johnson, but she says, why is it that as the community, we keep getting conned by people like Umar Johnson, Polite, and people like Nature Boy? Why is it? She breaks it down very concisely. Here we go.
The real reason why Black people, especially within the Black conscious community, keeps getting scammed from people like Umar, Polite, Nature Boy, the Dr. York, and all of these so-called Black leaders is because we constantly keep living in the past. We are not healing and moving forward and trying to really build something. Instead of, especially Black men sitting on podcasts and trying to do all this talking, why you all are not going out building something? I don't see any real tangible things that's being built within the Black community. We don't have a bus system.
So basically, the sister is challenging us. Now, some people will take it all bent out of shape. No, I don't take it that way. I think the truth is the truth. We do need to be building something.
We don't have stores. We don't have schools. Yet Umar used that as a way to get money to say he was building a school, but he wasn't building a school. It was for his own self-gratification. And a lot of times that's what it ends up being, full of ego for self-gratification, to show like you're doing something when you're really not doing anything. And mind you, there's one common denominator among all of them. They're all Black men. Where have you all been leading us? Because we're still marching in the same goddamn place. And yet it's always the Black woman that seems to be the problem. But when we point it out, we are the problem. We're living in the past. We're not trying to cultivate for the future. This is why. We want some kind of Messiah, some kind of Martin Luther King, some kind of Malcolm X, some kind of Marcus Garvey.
Right.
And none of that is going to ever come to pass. It is all.
Very good point. I've said this many times. One of the problems that Black people have had for a very long time, since, we've had people like Dr. King, the Malcolm X's of the world, these kind of leaders, real leaders, because Umar is not a leader. Because he's not leading us anywhere. He hasn't led anybody anywhere. He can't even take care of his own kids. Is that we're too much into this Messiah mentality, right? We're too busy looking for some one individual to lead us to do that which we can do ourselves.
Tell the truth.
Okay. Let's continue. She's making great points here.
About the individual working on themselves, healing whatever generational trauma, leaving the drama and all this toxicity, all of this celebrity gossip, all of this stuff, leave it in the past, stop messing with it. But at the same time, this is what moves, and this is what the system keeps pumping to Black Americans. You love the drama, you love the trash, you love the chaos, but everyone is the soul spiritual, right? No, you're not, because you love what you consume. And that is the constant back and forth with the drama, the constant toxicity, the gossip, the chaos, all of that. And this is why we will constantly continue to be in this overlapping loop, because you will not leave that shit alone. Get on your square. Do what you need to do and start looking for the future and start really building something.
She's absolutely right. Give her a clap, everybody. Absolutely. Absolutely right. Absolutely telling the truth, nothing but the truth. I don't understand why we can't, we should be able to recognize that. And when recognizing that, we should be able to recognize a phony like Umar Johnson. People may say, why are you getting on the brother? Come on, I don't want to hear that. This brother, this so-called brother Umar Johnson's been taking money from black people for a very long time, moving the goalposts, lying about when the school's going to open. This has been going on for years. Here is a list right here. Open your eyes and look at that. These are the list of dates going all the way back to 2013 and 2010. He said he was going to be opening up a school approaching for 2013. Umar's been collecting money not since 2009, but actually since 2005, came up with the conceived idea of a school in 2004, lied to us about the fact that he was going to buy the St. Paul school, which was never up for sale for him to buy because Umar never put in a bid in the first place. And then he was up there at St. Paul's with a camera crew when he had no business being up there in the first place. The man's been lying. He's been playing games. And this is why he must be exposed in this manner. Now, let me play this brother who once believed in Umar, but then he woke up and realized that Umar is just giving him more illusions that are coming from his delusional mind. Here we go.
Dr. Umar I'm trying to not say anything crazy. Dr. Umar is a caricature.
Mm-hmm.
This man went from being possibly the next Malcolm X when it comes down to being the, pro-black and things like that, to being a absolute joke. Like, I remember being introduced to Dr. Umar watching a video on Facebook, and he was standing in
Let's correct something right now, my good brother. Umar Johnson is not a licensed psychologist, so you cannot call him technically a doctor, which means he cannot practice psychology as a school psychologist or even a school principal with psych, right? He cannot practice with young people in terms of giving them diagnosis, or because that's the reason why he was let go out of one of the charter schools in Philadelphia, because he was practicing without a license, going beyond what his lack of license would allow him to do. Without a license, he can't do that, and they got rid of him because he was putting their school in that school district at risk. Umar Johnson cannot do anything but maybe family counseling with his PsyD, but he cannot say that he's a school psychologist or a therapist that works with diagnosing children and all of that. The only way you can work as a psychologist without having a license is that you must have a licensed psychologist look over your work and sign off on everything that you do. And if Umar's been out of school for so long, he would have to go back to school and retake courses over again and go through a whole new internship and observation by a licensed psychologist to approve his work. He would have to go back to school. That's why originally he was brought to court in 2018.
Tell the truth.
But let's continue. Standing inside of a house that was not put together completely. Like, they were building this house. And he was talking to a group of young men, and he was talking about the church. And he was talking about how your grandma puts money into the church collection plate, and grandma doesn't even own her home. So she puts $50,000, $60,000 in the collection plate, but grandma doesn't even own her home and all those things. So he's talking about older people giving to the church, or people giving to the church, period. And at the time, I was younger. I looked at it and I was like, you know what? Being jaded from things that happened at church, I looked at it and was like, man, he's speaking the truth. But over time, I had to realize that not every church is there to take from people. I mean, there's a lot of people taking from a lot of people taking in the church, like the Joel Osteens of the world, and the TD Jakes going and hanging out with P. Diddy, like those people. those people with the mega churches, it's hard to believe in. Even and I'm not trying to be blasphemous, but those people are hard to believe in. But back then, I looked at him and I was like, yo, this man is speaking for the black culture. Now, he's been begging for money for 10 years. He's been building a school for 10 years that still isn't built, is getting tucked away because of property taxes or whatever he owes in taxes or whatever money they owe. And he had millions and millions of dollars given to him for this school, but nothing has come to fruition. Last time I seen, he was talking about they didn't have the floors down. Kai Cenat.
Let me just say this too. Corey Holcomb also came out and exposed Umar Johnson, said that many years ago, Umar Johnson first, before he got money off the internet, before he started collecting money on the internet, that he was collecting money from older black people in the church. As much as Umar speaks against the church, he was going to the churches, taking older members, the elderly, our seniors, taking their money and lied to those folks. And those folks in Chicago was at a Chicago church where he took people's money and has never produced what he said he was going to do. This is Umar Johnson that did this. And Corey Holcomb busting him out on his 5150 podcast. Okay? I just want to say that.
Helped build a school overseas. I think it was Ghana or somewhere else for $400,000. Another person I was watching built a school for less than the millions of dollars that Umar is trying to build the school he's claiming that he's building. Why does it cost that much money to build a school like that when Kai Cenat paid $400,000 to build a school over in Ghana or somewhere else, one of African countries? But it takes you millions of dollars to build a school.
The reason why it takes him, is that at the end of the day, Umar Johnson is running a con game on black people. He's taking black people's money. Excuse me. And a little bit of a cough right there. Umar Johnson is taking black people's money at the end of the day, and he doesn't give a you-know-what. Okay? It's all about him collecting from black people by any means necessary. That's all Umar Johnson cares about, is show him the money. He does not care about black people and building a school, because he would have had much progress, should I say, not process, but much progress by now if he was truly serious. This is why what this brother is saying right here that I'm about to play right here is so important. He gets to the point. He doesn't dance around, but it is the truth.
Thank you for the super chat.
At some point, you Umar Johnson supporters have to wake up and realize he's either incompetent or a scammer. Either way, he does not deserve your support. He is not married to a black woman, doesn't show loyalty to black women, and he does not take care of his own fucking children. So please walk away now.
Tell the truth.
Look, everybody, he's absolutely telling the truth. He doesn't take care of his own children. He's going around telling you to be married to a black woman, but yet he's never been married. He's never had a commitment. We know that he's got 3 baby mamas, maybe a 4th baby mama out there. According to Honor, there may be some data out there that he's got another. This man is, he's despicable. And this is why you should not listen to anything he says. Let me play it. I'm going to break something down here. Umar Johnson, you've seen this video before. Umar was talking to some young people about why they shouldn't go to college because college will give you debt. Now, let's break some things down here about this, and let's play this.
College is sending black people into debt, lifelong poverty.
Now, he's right. The expenses that it takes to go to college will put you in debt when it comes to paying back your student loans. But let this play some more.
Form of student loans. Right. We have to prepare our children not for college, but for economic self-development. The dominant narrative of public education in America is to prepare children to go to college. Okay. Schools exist to get your child into college. Right. For African children, that's not a worthy goal because college doesn't guarantee opportunity. It doesn't even guarantee a job.
Now, it's funny for Umar to say what he's saying about college doesn't guarantee a job. Well, you don't have a job. Technically, you're living off of black people giving you money. But I find it interesting that Umar is saying this about college. This is the key thing I want y'all to hear again.
College is sending black people into debt for lifelong poverty.
Boom. Okay. So Umar says that college is putting black people into lifetime debt, lifetime poverty. Then why is it that, check this out. Umar complains that black people are not giving him any money. Umar is claiming that he would have these buildings open into a school if black people would give him more donations and more financial support. Umar is always complaining about black people. He one time on one video, y'all remember the video where a black woman donated, I think, what was it, $10 to him? And he said, hey, I know that was your last bit of money, but next time make it 20. Umar will get donations from black people and then try to embarrass those black people by saying, but next time give me more money. How can you, on the one hand, tell these young people and tell black America that going to college isn't viable from an economic point of view because it puts black people in debt? If you know that black people are going in debt because of going to college and other things that put black people in debt, then how can you have so much pressure in this, y'all? And how can you come down on black people about giving you all this money? And another thing that's hypocritical about Umar Johnson,
tell the truth,
when he talks about college is not right for black people because it puts us in debt. We shouldn't. How many times does Umar Johnson brag about how many degrees he has? He lies and says he has 6 degrees. How many times he gets on podcasts and continues to tell you how I got a PhD, I got a side D, I got a certificate in this, I got a degree in that, I got a master's degree in this and this and this and that. This man brags about his credentials left and right, but yet he tells you and me, yet he tells us this.
College is sending black people into debt for lifelong poverty in the form of student loans. We have to prepare our children not for college, but for economic self-development. The dominant narrative of public education in America is to prepare children to go to college. Schools exist to get your child into college.
This is a man who talks his Pan-African stuff, yet he went to a white man's college, yet he went to college and got not 1 degree, 2 degree, 3 degree, 4 or 5, but claims he's got 6 degrees, even though we know most of that is a lie. But how can you, on the one hand, brag about your credentials, Umar Johnson? You don't have a license, though. And then turn around and say, oh, well, we shouldn't be preparing our kids for college. We should be preparing them for economic. He doesn't even tell you what the plan is. What's your plan for economic development? You can't even open up a building into schools when black people gave you all this money and you've been lying and you don't even be transparent with black folks. But yet you want to sit up here and want people to listen to you about black people going in debt, going to school. Everybody goes into debt when they go to school and they get college debt and they've been in school for a long time. That's very true. You can go in debt. But how about black people can go in debt giving you donations because you begging all the time? And then if you're going to say that's why black people are in debt, then how can you scold black people for not having enough money to give you? If I give you $5, you shouldn't be telling me next time make it $10 if that's all I've got, if you know that we can be in debt.
Tell the truth.
You see the hypocrisy of Umar Johnson. Now, I want y'all to hear something real quick. I was on this program with Lady Luck Club, and let me let y'all hear this real quick.
0 salary listed as the director for this FDMG. It makes no sense. So how are you paying to live?
Look,
where are you getting your money from? So it has to be some benefit because he technically will be questioned and looked at already. I can't lie on my tax statements at all and think that
no, unless this what I think. This is me on Lady Luck Club. Shout out to her. This is what I think could be going on based on the theory that I said before. There must be another entity that is protecting Umar, that's gaining some kind of benefit off of him charading these buildings as a school because they're getting a benefit. But then it makes me wonder, and I know Honors and other people have not really wanted to dig into this, but we have to be honest because historical history has taught us this, Lady Luck Club. There are provocateurs, there are agents, people that have been put into our communities to mislead Black people, to make you think that they're going left. I mean, they're going right when they're going left, because we know if Umar was doing this to the white community, taking money, he would be already in jail. I don't think that the powers that be, and I don't mean to sound conspiratorial here, but the powers that be are not concerned about a Black man taking advantage of Black people per se when it comes to money. I just wonder if history has shown us that they can find Black people that will make you think that they are for Black people, and they will betray you. Malcolm X, there was a Black cop working for the NYPD or some sort of agency that was a plant with Malcolm X. When Malcolm X was taken out of here, he was there acting like he was going to give him resuscitation. Okay, there's people that say that there were people that were who were undercover in making sure that King's demise. So basically, this is my conspiracy theory behind Umar Johnson, that I believe that maybe Umar Johnson could be an agent. What I mean by that is there could be someone else that really owns those buildings, that's backing his play, that's manipulating him. Oh no, manipulating the situation that he has this this audience that follows him. That's what I should be saying here. And there's some company, Bellstrom, some company that's coming in. Basically, what's basically about to happen in Wilmington is that there's some big development coming, big money that's going to be coming in. And could there be someone behind the scenes that's waiting for that property value to go up? And then Umar will play this game like, hey, I couldn't build a school because the white man took it from me. Could this all be capped from the very beginning? I don't know. There's all sort of theories out there. And I just wonder if the reason why Umar has been able to run this scam all this time and never has been put in jail for it, never has had the tax FBI or the CIA, or not the FBI, but the IRS come knocking at his door. Right. I just wonder if this man is a plant and there's somebody behind him that's backing his play. Yes. And that's why you don't never see Umar in no office. Facts. No real car, because everything is being financed. And then we know that when he came out and said that he had no money because his accounts were frozen, that was cap. It was a complete lie. He lied. How do you go from having frozen accounts to all of a sudden you was able to take up $68,000 to Mary Ann? You was able to come up with $38,000 out of the blue. Unless there's somebody behind Umar that we don't know that's backing his play. And they're not only backing his play, but they're whetting his appetite. Now we're talking about Umar's running around in Atlanta, Georgia, in areas that are questionable areas, doing this and that. Woo. All right. That's sort of my conspiracy theory. You know, we're entitled to our opinions, not our own fact, but that's just my opinion about it. I think there could be something more to Umar than what we really think. I'm going to play this video because this is going to send us on home for conclusion of this broadcast. Thank you all out there for watching this premiere video. Make sure you hit the bell notification, share this video, let people know about this video because we're hitting on some good points here, I believe. And I appreciate everybody out there watching. I appreciate all the new subscribers, everybody that's been rocking with the Information Man Show. I clap to you.
Tell the truth.
Now, what I want to do right here, everybody is at, let me make sure my volume is working the way it's supposed to be working. And this one I got from Mrs. Stack's Instagram. It's a 7-year-old baby version or 7-year-old version of Umar Johnson himself examining himself. So what you're going to see is a young kid with a beard, a hairstyle like Umar, dashiki, the whole outfit. He's basically doing a retrospect. He's talking about, hey man, you were supposed to do A, B, and C. You've let me down yourself. And that's what Umar Johnson done. Before he's let anybody else down, he's let himself down because he's not shown integrity when it comes to building something. You know, if Umar would just come out and be honest with black folks and say, hey, I need help, I'm messing up. You know how forgiving black people are? If he would just show some sort of humbleness and admit that he needs help. Well, here is someone created this. They probably used AI to create this, but I think it's genius because it speaks to the damn truth.
Tell the truth.
Check it out. Here we go.
Honor roll student, future school principal, current consciousness graduate. I ain't here to play today. Let me talk to my older self real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Big bro, what happened?
Yeah, what happened?
You had one job. One. Open the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy for Black boys. You had the dashiki, the donors, the dream, and the donations. So where's the school? Where are the classrooms? Where are the chalkboards? Where the cafeteria with the vegan oxtails? You've been collecting money for over 10 years. You done gone live from every car, corner, and cookout in the continental United States. You done yelled at single mothers, beefed with every conscious YouTuber, and gave lectures in rooms with 5 people and a broken mic. But you can't open one school? What you do with the money, huh? Buy incense, custom thrones, Wakanda energy crystals? You said, if you can't donate, at least share. So I shared. I shared your videos, your quotes, your vision, but what I should have shared was a refund link. You had black mothers believing you were the last hope for their sons, and now you out here looking like a Hotep Ponzi scheme, a RBG scammer with a megaphone. You didn't just fail the boys, you failed me. 'Cause I believed in you. I am you. And you turned this whole movement into a meme. So here's your chance. You got the land, you got the name, you got the eyes on you. Build the school. No more speeches, no more excuses, just results. This your 10-year-old self signing off. Don't let me down again.
Everyone listening to me in this podcast today, thank you for listening. I'm getting ready to sign off. I appreciate you all out there. It's been great. As we get ready to sign off, I want you to hear a little bit of this audio. This is from Lady Luck Club. Make sure y'all check out her channel. She's breaking down, we had this conversation, who paid for all of the things that Umar Johnson's been able to do. He comes up with $38,000. He comes up with the $68,000. Who's paying for it? When I did research, I couldn't find, at least when it came to the buildings, I couldn't find his name on anything in Wilmington as it relates to paying those debts off, right? Maybe, just maybe, we're looking at the wrong person, which is we're looking for Umar's name. Maybe there's somebody else that is the one that actually paying all this stuff, and it's under their name or their firm, and Umar is just a little caretaker of those buildings. He's just a little front man. Who knows? With that said, check out this audio.
Comes down to these packages being set up like HYIPs, high yield investment packages.
Yes.
And because they're tiered, you know, you're paying into something where you're expecting some sort of ROI. Since this is not an investment scheme, but you are expecting some sort of product or service. Either way, he's not delivering.
Everybody,
and so
subscribe. Thank you for watching.
Okay, he's not delivering any product or service in exchange for this money you're giving him every month through these so-called contribution packages. Let's look at the paperwork. Let's look at the registrations for the business, the LLCs. Let's follow the money. What accounts does he have set up with this? You know, when he had the writ of monitions issued out, who paid the judgment? Where did that money come from? So that's one of the questions I'm going to answer. You know, if I can get the information from the court, I'm going to make the request. And if they can send me whatever they can to show who paid those judgments, the truth. That's going to help show where this money is coming from to take care of these types of things. Right. Because why would anybody want to pay those judgments out?
Tell the truth.
Knowing he's not opening the school.
Right. When I did some research, this is why what you're saying makes sense. The whole, when you're saying that, hey, he may not really own these buildings, because when I did research to find out How did he go? See, this is the problem. This is the magic thing here.
Yeah.
There is no documentation that I've been able to find that shows that Umar himself paid the $38,000. There's no documentation that breaks down. I looked into the city of Wilmington. There's nothing that says this is his name on it. It's been rubber stamped. Umar Johnson paid this, paid that. There's nothing. So if Umar didn't pay this stuff himself and there's no record of it because we're looking for Umar's name in it, then the only thing you can say is the reason why we can't find it is that maybe somebody else paid it and it was never Umar. So that
Tell the truth.
You are listening to Information Man. Please make sure to subscribe to his channel.